All right, everyone. Today we got number 126, number millionaire JT with us. Dude, I'm honored that I know you're a big shot now. I know you're a big shot. Thanks for coming and joining us. Tell us a little bit about yourself and then we'll get started. How'd you get to Beast Game season 2 on the Strong Team?
My man, good to see you, brother. Good to hear from you. Everything's been good right now. So I didn't really have any expectations when I applied, just like probably a lot of people applied and just kind of hoped and prayed.
Yeah.
From what I understand, I was one of the last picks pretty much.
Wow.
I was only told a day prior that I was flying out.
No way.
So a lot of people that I spoke to knew weeks in advance and everything.
Yeah.
I was almost an afterthought. I got real lucky, and thank God they wind up picking up the phone.
Dude, that's crazy. So you found out a day before. I found out, I thought mine was pretty late notice. I probably found out like 6 days before, maybe a week if I'm lucky. But dang, one day before. So we'll get into this, but you were obviously working at the time. Did you quit your job or you just told them you're out for a little bit?
So I actually worked 3-4 jobs. And my main one, obviously, I work New York State courts. I can't quit that job. The job is too great,
Yeah.
Everything. But my bosses, my chief, my majors, my captains, they were gracious enough to actually give me the time off.
Last minute like that. Wow.
The way our job works is your time accumulates over the years. I had so much time built up in the books that I was able to say, hey, I might need 4 to 6 weeks. I don't even know what it's going to be. And they were like, hey, good luck. I mean, you've done right by us for years, so we're going to hook you up here.
Dude, that's amazing, man. Yeah, they really took care of you. Not everyone was that lucky. I brought it up with my work. My company had an unlimited PTO policy, and they're like, "Yeah, man, 4 to 6 weeks. I don't know if we could do that." I'm like, "What happened to unlimited?" Yeah, no, that's great to hear. And we'll touch on that. So I should remember. So we get accepted to Beast Games. We land in Las Vegas. I remember seeing you pretty early. I think your voice is just so distinctive. Lock in, boys, right? And I remember you pretty early on, seeing you in Vegas, and we probably said hi, hello a few times. And I remember you were also from the Northeast. I think that's also why you stuck out, because I grew up in Connecticut, and I knew a lot of people from like New York and stuff. And I'm like, man, that guy looks familiar. I don't think we ever ended up knowing each other from before, but you just looked familiar to me. You're from New York, right? I think.
Yes.
Right? Yeah. So how did the first challenge go for you? Were you one of the guys that got up the pole, or you came in with the push-ups?
No, yeah. I got up that pole. I was relatively pretty fast. I mean, as far as the episode at one shows, I came in like 12th, 13th, or 14th, somewhere in that area, it looked like.
Yeah.
It was exciting, man.
Yeah, how did that feel? Because that's awesome. You were actually one of the few actually who got in that challenge. And the pole or that thing didn't mess up on you and you were able to get up. How did that feel? Seeing a lot of people falling, eliminated, and you're in.
Honestly, I was nervous prior to him saying go. And when he said go, I just remember going down the pole and bodies were just hitting the mat. They were dropping like flies. And I was like, wait a minute. Yeah. I got a shot here. Hold on. Yeah. Just hold on tight here. Let's make sure we secure those blocks. And I think we're good to rock. And so when I got up top and I looked around, I said, oh, man, no one
made it.
I was like, wow, this is an awesome feeling. That had to be one of the top feelings of my life, honestly. Like, that was just so surreal. And like,
I'm sure you had a better feeling later on. I think you had a better.
In that moment, I didn't know that was gonna happen. And probably too, like, we're just trying to take this one challenge at a time.
Of course.
So it's like, yo, just get through this and don't worry about whatever else is going to happen,
Yeah. When second challenge comes up, we'll look at it then. Yeah, I mean, the smart team was able to watch everyone doing it. And it was really cool to watching everyone go down the poles and just seeing people fall. It was sad because as hard as people were trying, once you fell off, you knew there's no second try. That's it. You're done. Like, even if you want to go back and try again, you can't. It's over. And even a lot of people that fell to the bags, like once you were at the bags, I think it was really difficult to go back up, and you're pretty much done once you hit the bags, or people's blocks fell. That was pretty sad to see too. You saw some people's blocks just fall on the floor, and like even if they could get back up, they can't do anything because their blocks are on the floor. That was pretty sad to see. So, I mean, Yeah, that must have been an awesome feeling. Similar feeling for me when I made it in the first 20 batch for the Smart Challenge, and I got to relax for like 2 days. It was a great feeling not being in that pressure for 2 days. And like, yeah, I made it through this first challenge. It was a great feeling, man, getting to that first 100.
Oh, absolutely. I can only imagine. That was
Yeah,
awesome, man.
yeah,
We lost a lot of good people in that first challenge, so it was like, wow, all right, let's see
yeah.
what happens.
So now we make it to the city. And now finally that crappy ice stuff is over, and you can actually talk to each other now. And this is where I started talking to you more, John, more. I got to see you guys. You guys got pretty close early on, I think, because I think you were with John a lot, even in Vegas. Um, and that that's when you'd always be like, lock in, boys. That's where I got it, and it was just stuck with me. Your voice just lock in. And actually it was hilarious because on the trail you could tell it was you making that legendary line about the love couple nonsense.
I
You
don't
got to
like
say it on the mic. You
to
got to say it on the mic.
love.
You got to say it on the mic. You got to hear you.
Yes, I was talking to Ethan. I remember it like it was yesterday, and I was like, I listened to them in Vegas, and I was like, you know what? I don't like this little love couple nonsense.
It's just when I heard the trailer, I'm like, bro, that's JT. Like you could just tell who that was, because a lot of other people, I don't know if you noticed, they like kind of changed up a little voices here and there. But like for you, it's your voice, and you got that New York accent. Obviously, it's like it was so clear as JT talking when he said that. Uh, I was just dying when I heard that. But yeah, we got to know each other. Me and Omar got pretty close over there. H got pretty close. And I remember we kind of started talking about some type of alliance too at one point. Maybe, I think it was like 10 people, because at one point we thought it was going to be like 5 teams of 10. And I think we were going to have like 10 people. And so this might have been after the second challenge. So what did you do on the second challenge? You didn't do blocks, right?
I
Which
did
one?
balls with
Oh yeah,
Akira.
you were in the dodgeball one. Yeah, yeah. You guys were trying to get Jeff and what's Akira, right?
Yeah.
Right. I saw that. Yeah. So how did that game go for you?
So that was one of the most intense games of sports I've
Yeah.
ever played. Honestly, I mean all the rules, multiple lines, front, side, behind you. I mean,
You don't know what lines are gonna be there.
no,
Yeah.
and you know what? The fact that you couldn't catch the ball was really scary.
Because in dodgeball you could, in real dodgeball you could, and the other guy's out.
Correct.
Yeah, that's
Correct.
true.
So that there were a lot of rules, and you're like every decision you make, you're fighting for $5 million. It's like this is the most nerve wracking thing ever. But we had such a strong alliance
You're so
until
lucky with
Akira
that.
started
Yeah.
taking us down. But it was so strong that I felt comfortable. You know.
Yeah, because you guys were all basically, you guys did the math, right? Like if you take out all the smarts and OGs, you got your 9 basically. So super smart on your end. And Akira, dude, everyone keeps calling him the assassin. How many people did this guy take out?
Well, he had took out 2 on his own, and we were so focused on him on another one that Josh
Yeah,
forgot to
3.
throw his ball. So I
Yeah,
mean, he was a part of that too, technically. But
yeah,
listen, at the end of the day, you can't knock Akira's game.
yeah.
That
Oh, dude,
dude,
yeah.
the dude's a competitor.
Uh-huh.
I know the internet's calling him the GOAT of Beast games and Beast YouTube videos. I
Yeah.
mean, the guy comes to compete. So
Yeah.
I was like, you know what? I'm gonna get in my mode too then. Yeah, I was like, you know what, Akira, you're finito.
Yeah, that I remember that became popular, famous too. You saying finito, bro. Why did all these lines of yours get all iconic? I have no idea.
I got lucky, man. I just got lucky out here.
Yeah. So Akira, yeah, because like season 1, he had a pretty big role when he got a lot of people eliminated. Then after that, apparently he was on a bunch of Mr. Beast videos, and he did pretty well on those. He actually won a few, I think. And so that's why when he came on season 2, he was just like, he was killing people in dodgeball. Like, yo, this guy does not stop. So everyone liked him. It was kind of sad that he got eliminated though, because I wanted to spend more time with him. I didn't get to spend as much time with him. I think I stood with him in line once. That was about it.
Yeah, I honestly, he's a good dude.
Yeah.
Getting to know him, talking to him. We stay in contact now. Like I have nothing but respect for him and his gameplay. So obviously we were in the heat of the moment in the game, so we're gonna enjoy it. But
Yeah.
I like the guy a lot, man.
Yeah, yeah. So I think so. We obviously had blocks. That was a long game. It went all night, and then one team won, the other team went home. I think in my opinion, dude, that second challenge, a lot of people were out, dude. A lot, especially in that balance one. A lot of people that I thought were gonna be insane athletes, and I was like freaking out over it, bro. They got eliminated in that balance game. And then dodgeball, a lot of people got eliminated. The blocks game, a lot of people got eliminated. And then all of a sudden in the city, there's 50 people, and the city looks empty, dude. It looks so much emptier now. At least from my perspective. I know you were there longer. Probably I can't even imagine how empty it was then. So we're done with that challenge. And then that's when, like, we started planning the alliances because we're like, yo, something's gonna happen. We see those 5 pillars there. We're gonna do 5 teams of 10. And we were all making our team, you, John, and then you're having me and Omar, and we all had this huge team of like 10 people. And you're like, this is gonna be our team. And you're like, lock in, don't change. And I remember you were like, and you're on our team for good, right? Like you're not gonna move around. But then when push came to shove, it was the obstacle challenge. And I think you were expecting me and Omar to be on your team, but we ended up getting on Ian's team. So that was a little bit like, bro, these guys playing with us. And I know you felt some type on that one. What are your thoughts from there? I want to hear.
Yeah,
what you thought.
let me tell you, man. H, and Omar.
Yeah.
I was like, yo, these three are locked in. I had such a strong alliance with John, Brett, Corey, all these dogs. Yeah. Tyler Air Force was part of our crew. I was like, yo, Omar, H, and Inam, we about to run everything.
Yeah.
So, and we started the alliance prior to Challenge 2.
Yeah.
And I was locked in. I was hyped. I was like, we're good. And then I see you on Ian's team with Omar. I'm like, wow. I look at John.
Mm-hmm.
I look at John and say, yo, we're screwed. We got nobody. So what people don't really see is that my team got dismantled quickly.
Yeah.
I don't know how that ended up happening.
Yeah. No, I'll shed some insight into that because a lot of people were talking about how because Ian had a totally different team too. And I think what really was the wrench that was thrown is that everyone, they had to have like three strongs and 2 smarts and like some OG or something, like at least 2 strong, 2 smart, and 1 OG, something like that, right? Everyone was forced to make that team. Whereas before, first of all, we thought it was a team of 10, not a team of 5. And then second of all, we were just like going however strong people, however many smart people we wanted. It was more of like, who do we trust? And game's over now. I'll be totally frank with you with why. One of the reasons why is because I thought that if there was, I wanted to be on your team because your team was stacked. But then at the same time, the more I was talking with you and particularly John, I got the feeling that, dude, you guys are going to take a bribe because John constantly was talking about his job, how he had to go back. There was something about that. And I think you were on a similar boat where you guys didn't leave your jobs. You guys had to go back for some reason or another. And I just started hearing that, dude, John's definitely like, he's ready to get out of here, like any chance he gets. And then thinking about that, I'm like, dude, like if we were, first of all, our teams got dismantled because there was only 5 people, not 10. And I just saw Ian, Briley, and Tyler. I'm like, yo, these guys are stacked, and I know these guys are trying to go to the end. And the other thing was, bro, I think it wasn't not as much you. It was like, dude, John's gonna take a bribe. If push comes to shove, John's gonna take a bribe. And that's what I was worried about. And so I ended up being on Ian's team. I know you felt some type about that. And then we did the obstacle challenges. And dude, what an obstacle challenge. First of all, you won for your team, and you won against, who did you go against again?
I went against Avery.
Bro, yeah, you were the first one.
Yeah. We didn't know how the obstacle course went. We didn't know how it moved. Started pouring as soon as we were about to start. I mean, Jesus.
Wait, so when you won, did you actually make it all the way to the end, or did you just win because Avery fell?
I got right past the windmill when he fell.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, but when he fell in the water, I did finish.
So you did finish.
You could finish even though you won. I was like, I'm finishing.
Yeah.
All the way across.
So what was your team's thoughts on choosing a team captain and stuff like that?
Well, once we heard the game, honestly, it was kind of a no-brainer that it was either going to be me or John.
Oh yeah. Wait, how did you? Okay, so I remember your team now. Brandon was on your team. Yeah. So how did your team get assembled together? Because I know it wasn't really your choice, right?
After you backstabbed me, after you and Omar disappeared, me and John were standing.
Hey man, I'm not the only one backstabbing over here, JT.
There's a lot, brother.
But at least you got something for it. Listen,
I absolutely loved it. So it was funny. Me and John are standing there. We got like a minute or 2 minutes left, and we're like, all right, we're screwed. Yeah. And then Brandon and Luke happened to be there.
Mm-hmm.
And I know Brandon went on his little podcast. It came out, him talking about how this team was formed. But this is exactly how I remember it formed. Me and John standing there. Mia was somewhere in their vicinity,
Yeah.
and me, Brandon, and Luke. So we were like, all right, we need two smarts. So Brandon and Luke, you are definitely
And they're
on.
pretty smart. Yeah, they're pretty smart, both of them.
And
Yeah.
no joke, I hadn't said a word to either one of them the entire season. I don't
Yeah,
even.
I think Brandon said the same thing. He's like, I don't think he's talked to you or John at all.
I mean, at the end of the day, I didn't even know their names. I had to read them,
Yeah.
and so they're the only two smarts really available. So I was like, all right, you're on. And then Brandon was fighting for Ella to be on the team, and we made a decision. It was Ella or Mia. At the end of the day, I went with the experience. He claims on his little podcast that me and John were saying, Jersey girls, we don't like that. Dude, we were from Staten Island. We lived 10 minutes from the Jersey girls. Like
Yeah.
that's irrelevant in the situation.
Yeah.
The realistic part of that was like Mia is a competitor.
And she's a personal trainer too. I know Ella is too, but you know, I saw Ella do the obstacle course. Yeah, she wasn't gonna.
Listen, at the end of the day, I wasn't able to see Ella do anything because I wasn't seeing her challenges.
She didn't make it. She fell, but like also Mia is taller. I think the obstacle challenge was easier if you're a little taller. I think.
Yeah. So at the end of the day, I said, all right. At least I watched her gameplay. You know, she's wild. You know, so I was like, you know what, I want her. I know Brandon went to bat for Ella, and at the end of the day, we just made a team decision. You know what, it's Mia. So that's how that team was put together. So now you look at me and John, who have been together from day one.
Yeah.
We just got put together with three people that we've never spoken to.
Which makes it easier to take the bribe. If I was on your team, I don't know, would you? I mean, we never know. It's a hypothetical, but like, yeah, I could see it. And look, I don't know how many messages you received about taking the bribe. I didn't think there's like during the game. Obviously, everyone's in their feelings and it's a game. But like once we're outside of the game, dude, it made total sense. You press the button, but we'll get to that. So you guys I had the obstacle challenge. They choose your John. How'd you guys end up choosing you?
It was just John kind of just looked at me. He was like, "Yo, you got this." I mean, I think me and Avery almost identical kind of people, right? We're short. We got some muscular build. We're fast. We're fast as shit. And so we were like, all right. I made the decision that I was gonna be strategic about the game, though. We all knew Avery was gonna fly through, and I said, I'm gonna make sure I watch him. Every time he jumps, I'm gonna jump. Every time he jumps, I'm gonna jump. And you can kind of see that. We were just neck and neck. But then he tried to go a little too fast after the windmill, whereas I was kind of chilling, and that's where he made that mistake.
Yeah, so we were all watching on the big TV back in the city. And dude, when Avery fell, first of all, I felt horrible because dude, I loved Avery. I'm like, dang man, Avery's out. Second feeling was, bro, if Avery can't do it, there is no way I'm gonna be able to do it. Like it's just sad that if you guys weren't the first ones, I'm sure he would have gone through if you just waited for that thing to stop at the bottom and then jump. I think he's trying to time the jump because you didn't know if it was gonna go all the way down or not. And it was raining, and dude, it was crazy weather then.
Yeah, I think going first was such a disadvantage. We didn't know how low it was gonna go, so we were kind of getting it to the halfway point and just jumping. We didn't know what else to do.
Yeah, no, that's what Avery did. He tried to time it just right, and then it was too much, and he ended up not being able to make it from there. So you guys make it. So you passed, dude. You guys were happy. How did it feel once you passed?
You know why we were so hyped? Because that team picks us first. You have 9 other teams to choose from.
Yeah,
there's no way I thought that our team was the weakest one where you decide to choose us. But I know that Avery, Jacob, Joseph, they all wanted, they wanted the smoke. I get it, and they wanted to beat us. It's fine. I respect the guys. It's all fun and games. Obviously, in the moment, I'm tight, but I'm like, you know what? Let me beat you guys real quick, and then just smile and be hyped up.
Dude, there was so many factors, so much strategy in this because you really like all the predictions I made about what teams are going to go forward and which teams aren't. They were all wrong. Like, look, from my perspective, right? I thought our team was stacked. It was me, Ian, Briley, Tyler, and then Omar. And I'm like, okay, all these guys are they're trustworthy. They're not going to take the bribe, and they're super athletic. Like Ian's tall and athletic. Briley, Tyler, they're all super athletic. And then me and Omar, I mean, I feel like we're not that athletic, but I feel like I would have gone through. I saw so many people doing it. I'm like, dude, I think I'll get through slowly, but surely, maybe. But I thought if it was 1v1, I'm like, okay, our team's pretty good. If it's team captain, okay, our team's pretty good. I just thought we were so stacked, and I keep saying that I think that was one of the reasons why we got picked last, because Ian kind of has a target on him just because he looks like an athlete. Even if you saw the episode with balancing, it's like they didn't want to choose Ian because he's like, yo, he's a dog, right? And so a little bit of that, a little bit of is also luck, because the wheel we didn't get to choose, so we didn't get to choose first either. But dude, I remember when I saw like your team for sure, I was like, dude, I don't think they're gonna beat Avery's team. I thought in my head, and I was so confident in our team making it forward that I left my feastables in the dorm, I left my glasses in the dorm, all this stuff. I'm like, yeah, we're definitely gonna move on to the next round, and I'm thinking your team is definitely not because of you. It's just I'm like, bro, Avery's a beast, and so it's funny how things worked out because you guys moved forward and my team did not. So I want to know thoughts about that. What was your reaction when our team went on? We were obviously the last ones to go. What were your thoughts when you were watching from down there?
I remember turning to John and I said, "Yo, look at Omar and Inam who didn't want to be on our team, man."
I get it. I get it, man. I get it.
I was like, "Yo, they picked that team, and I mean, that didn't work out so well." So I was like, "Listen,
that's true.
It's we listen. We felt bad too, though. It was like, damn, like that. They didn't even get a shot,
Yeah.
So it sucks. But in the moment, in the heat of the moment, I was so upset too. I was like, yo.
Nah, it makes sense. I would be like, yo, that's what they get, right? That's what they get for not doing it. Yeah, basically.
It's almost that feeling, but it's also like, nah, that sucks, man.
It is what it, yeah. So from your perspective down there, were you one of the ones who thought Ian was a villain too? What was going on over there? Why did everyone think Ian was like a villain?
Oh yeah. Listen, really? I'm not gonna badmouth the dude or anything like that. But in the heat of that moment, yeah, we all listen. There was a lot of people running their mouths there.
I mean, why though? Because you guys couldn't hear our conversation. What was going on here?
Well, first off, we didn't know that Mike made that comment about the beard back in the city because we were not there.
Yeah.
And you know what? I understand what your team strategy was. I get it. After the fact, I understood it. But in the moment, Mike talking about his family, family just
you guys heard that from down there?
Yeah, family hits home. Yeah. And when he was like, dude, please just let me go for my family, whatever he said, I was like, we were all like, yo, dude, let this dude through. Because I already was sitting there like, I'm doing the numbers. I'm like, bro, it's either Mike or Ethan. One of them are getting through. And I kept saying, Ian, all you care about is Briley and Tyler. That trio is a dynamic trio. Yes. Yeah. They were day ones. That's all he cared. He could say he didn't, he doesn't believe it. And I keep telling him this. All he cared about was Briley and Tyler. So
honestly, I believe that. Yeah.
Sure. Yeah. So my man, you let Mike go, you go, and Briley wins next, and it's a done deal. So it was either gonna be Mike or Ethan getting through. And now hearing Ian's side, he was like, no, I was gonna knock all the rest of them off. But realistically, it's not that easy to do when those sticks are falling everywhere.
Yeah. I mean, you definitely have an advantage if you're already there. Like Tyler was already there. If his stick didn't fall, I actually don't doubt at all that Tyler was gonna go hard to get everyone down. I think Eric was the hardest one. He got Eric down after that. I actually think Tyler was gonna try to get every single person down, for sure. And from my point of view, as soon as I saw the game, I understood right away. And I was telling Omar, I'm like, bro, we're not even gonna get a chance. Because the thing is, we spent so much time in the city to decide our order. We're like, it's going to be captain versus captain, or, if it's going to be a team race, we get the fastest guys in the front and the slowest in the back. We spent so much time to decide our order that when we're up there, it's like, bro, there's no turning back, because now we try to change it. They're just going to fight it, obviously, right? It's normal. Like they know the game. We know the game, that if they're towards the end, they're not going to get a chance. And so because me and Omar were already at the end, I'm like, bro, we're not even going to get a chance. And then the only thing I could do is, hey, if you guys are able to hit everyone off with the sticks, that's our only chance. But once I saw the first person from the other team get across, I think it was Vance, I told Omar, I mean, I realized it's like, that's one of our spots right there he just took, right? That's one of our spots he took just now. And then the only thing I could have done is maybe try to convince Briley a little bit more. Just say, hey, let's try to switch up smart, strong. But they're all super competitive. I don't know if that would have even worked on her, right? But she did feel really guilty, so maybe it could have. I don't know. Do you think it would have, or you don't think so?
Once you guys decided that order was not changing. She was getting third no matter what. I already knew that strong team was getting through.
Yeah.
I said, these guys are screwed.
Yeah.
I think your best chance was Tyler knocking off the entire team.
Yeah, exactly. So that's why when the game ended, um, I actually didn't regret it at all. I remember going in the bus and everyone's just crying their eyes out, right? Me and Omar are just there. We're the only ones that aren't crying, because I felt like there was so much luck involved in our game, our obstacle challenge, that there really wasn't much else I could have done, right? I mean, I did all I could to get that far, and then the last thing, it was all luck. We had a tough game, we had a tough team, right? And people were gonna get eliminated. Period. So I mean, it is what it is. We got. I've said this a few times too, that it actually hurt more or was tougher when you actually watch it on the show and everyone else sees it and they all start sending you text messages like, "Oh, bro, they did you dirty. They did you dirty." It's like, yeah, I know, you put salt on the wound, as they say, right?
Yeah, like if you don't really understand the strategy and understand what the plan was,
Yeah.
and it looks like they did you dirty, but when
That's
you
what I said. Yeah.
realize like this is your only shot, I kind of understood that after. In the
Yep.
moment, we all were destroying Ian. Yes, that's a fact. Not gonna
Yeah.
deny that. Just because
Dude.
Mike was a defenseless dude, he was at the very end. At that point, just let him get through. Your team, what are the chances you guys all make it through at this point?
Yeah, yeah. And yo, you gotta give it to Ian. The dude's a competitor, and like despite everyone hating on him, he was somehow able to turn that image around on the island and convince everyone to vote for him. You gotta give him props for that.
Only because he was going up against JC. That's the only
Yeah,
reason.
no, that's true. That's true.
Because
That
if
is also true.
you heard everyone in the city, everyone
That's
in the city
true.
was
I saw that video today. If it was Ian against Ethan, he was. I didn't realize it was that bad, dude. Like if he went against Ethan, it wouldn't be close.
done.
It seemed like everyone's gonna vote for Ethan.
Ian's only shot of winning that island was going against JC, and that's
Yeah.
just a fact, honestly. And listen, Ethan's a young cat. I'm never gonna knock his gameplay and what he chose. I know he's probably hurting and overthinking it. It sucks, but at least he took home something. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah, and so Ian lives like right here, like 10 minutes away, or he lives like 30 minutes away or something. His parents live around here. But like he came over the other day and I did a podcast with him. The sound was horrible, dude. I felt so mad because I wanted to post that and I did post it, but you could barely hear it. But it was a great podcast overall, and it was great just having a conversation with him. And dude, like he's young, he's got a lot of time. I think it's natural to regret it a little bit, obviously. I just hope he doesn't go too hard on himself because it's life, man. You can't control everything. And like, yeah, he didn't get the 1.8 million and he could have, but could have, should have, would have. It's like you came home with 50K, right? And also from his point of view, what happened was that he's on that poll and he sees he's focused on JC. He's not really looking at Ian. And from his point of view, he's thinking JC is gonna fall because JC was struggling too, and he thought he was gonna go against Ian. And he's like, "Yo, that'll be tougher. Me against JC, I could take him on, but me against Ian, that might be a little tough." Which now we know that even that wouldn't have been tough for him. But like, I could see that. And he's like, "Yo, I might as well take the 50K instead of having nothing, right? I'd rather take the 50K and go." And I understood that. So okay, obstacle challenge is complete. You made it to the top 25. How does that feel? 2% chance, right? Or 4% chance of you winning 5 million.
Dude, at that point, I honestly was on top of the world at that point. I started sitting there I was just like standing there like, wow, this is kind of realistic at this point. Like it's real.
Dude,
like,
that's so true.
It's real.
Because in season 1, how many episodes did it take to get to the top 25? It must have been like 6 episodes, 7 episodes or something, right?
Oh yeah, definitely. That might have even been the episode 7. It was one of those episodes.
Yeah, and you're already here in the top 25. Wild.
It's just insane, bro, to think about. Dream come true, honestly.
Yeah. And how did it how empty was it then? Because I remember when it went from 100 to 50, there was a huge difference in the city. And I'm like, whoa, this is empty now. Like you remember the bathrooms and showers weren't full anymore? I love that. They're actually clean now.
Yeah.
I love that. And then so top 25, I'm sure the bathrooms were super clean all the time. And then also these guys went to the island. So it was just 10 of you guys or something. Well, okay, we're skipping ahead. But how was the city when it was just 25?
It was a ghost town, man. Like you were walking around and like, where's everybody at? Like, it's like, yo, you find yourself starting to eat, and it's like, yo, nobody's even here to eat with you. Where's everybody at? Get over here. But the shower, it's empty. If you wanted alone time and you wanted actual peace, that was your time to kind of like reflect back on your thoughts. really
Mhm.
understand, like, hey, listen, you're in this right now. You got a shot, you know? So
Yeah.
that was kind of cool, honestly.
Yeah, for sure. And so being from the top 25 to the bribing situation, I think it was only like, from what I hear, it was only like 1 day, right? It's like 24 hours, but then you were back in the city.
Something. I honestly I don't even remember. It was a blur.
Is it? So tell me, what do you remember? So you get back, and then apparently there's like this time or something. What do you remember from the whole bribing situation? How was the teams made? And then what was that whole experience like?
So we walked into the city area, the sand pit area, and the timer is just going down. And everybody's like, yo, what is this timer? What
Yeah,
is it? What is next? And then
yeah.
you see the platforms, and then you could kind of see, hey, 5 platforms. You look up, 5 towers. It's like, yo,
The towers are finally set up.
this is the moment that everybody's been talking about, since we
Yeah,
got into the city. Because
yeah,
that was one of the first things I remember. Those
yeah, yeah.
towers are massive.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, yo, this is it. Let's see. This is gonna be a moment, right, for history at this point.
Ah, dude, I'm getting butterflies thinking about it.
I
So
got
like,
chills. I got chills right now.
yeah, yeah, yeah. So dude, so now 25 people, so teams of five. Obviously, Emily had to fly away, so 5 teams of five and like one team of four or whatever. And so now at this point, tell me real talk, JT. Are you thinking about the bribe? You're like, yo, if I go up there for the bribe, they tell you the game. Like, if I get chosen, hell yeah, I'm taking the bribe. Like, tell me the truth. What was going through your head?
Dude, I before getting actually chosen and being up there, there's so many thoughts in your mind,
Yeah,
man.
tell me. Tell
It
me.
was racing. Like, how high is this gonna go? Is this gonna be one of those where he didn't give 1 million? This shit might go to 3 million. Who knows?
Yeah.
Uh, the teams, who are they going to pick as captains? Because that's going to make a difference. If
Mhm.
someone's going to beat you to a button,
Yeah.
someone's definitely going to take it.
Yeah.
Then you start thinking, you got a chance to make the top 20 guaranteed.
Dude.
I'm
Yeah.
like, so now everything's racing. I'm looking at my team. I'm looking at the other team. And then you start thinking about back home also. Like,
Mm.
listen, this feels like real life, but it's not. Real
Yeah.
life is waiting for you outside the city.
Facts. Yeah.
And I just kind of was just I couldn't stop. I was kind of pacing. My body was swaying. It
Mhm.
it was a
So
lot.
at that moment, before you were chosen as captain, would you say you're like 40% I want to stay in the game, but 60% I'll take it, or is like 50-50, or you're like, no, I think like 80% if it gets to 1 million, I'm taking that. Or like or was it at the moment when you're up there and you're seeing it? Like I want to know that.
So down in the sandpit
Yeah.
area when we were forming teams, it wasn't like, yeah, I'm hitting this. Like we're out of here. Like
Mhm.
good. It built up.
So you were actually thinking about it. You weren't sure still.
Yeah, it built up from the slow walk to
Mhm.
taking the thing all the way up to getting up there,
Yeah.
and then
So you're
that,
up there now. You see all the other captains around you. The number is going up. It starts at $1. And what are your thoughts now? At what point were you like, dude, I'm just gonna press it? You're looking down at your team. You had the whole discussion. There's a whole discussion. Hey, you're a cop, and you live a few blocks away from me. And Mr. Beast made a joke out of it, kind of, and he's like, yeah, I mean, if he gets 1 million, he doesn't need that. But what were your thoughts after that discussion? No, how did they choose you as captain? Let's talk about
yeah.
that. Yeah.
So, like I said, me and John were the closest. So John already said, "Yo, you're my guy. I'm good with you. Let's lock in with that."
Yeah.
Nia was like, "Nah, you guys should choose me." And I'm gonna tell you right now, that was never going to happen.
Hell no. Because
Yeah,
if I thought John was gonna take the bribe, bro, me, I was like a guaranteed taking a bribe at like 100K or something. No
dude,
way.
I got zero respect for Mia.
Really?
Sorry to say, I can say that openly.
Wait,
Um,
why do you wait? Let's go down that. Why do you say that? What was your experience with her?
just not my kind of person. My
Hmm.
game player, nothing.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna bash her or anything like she tried to do to me on national TV. You know,
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah.
she can say what she wants, all she wants. At the end of the day, it's just this
Yeah.
words, and I'm used to that in my profession.
Yeah.
So I just don't respect her as a game player. And if you look at Google on Reddit, they're destroying her left and right. So
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
she that's on her.
Honestly, I don't. I take all that stuff with a grain of salt because when you're in the game, man, like you're just not yourself. Like I'll be honest, I was doing all this gossiping back and forth. Like, yo, you heard what he's like. You're That's just not me in real life, bro. It's just these games kind of takes that out of you. So like even when I see everyone getting personal about it, like being super hurt by it, when you're out of the game, you totally understand. Like, dude, JT made the right choice. But like in the game, it is tough. And people get all up in their feelings. And Luke started crying, right? Luke started crying. And it's dude, it is a game and you're there for fun. And Mia talking about, God and I would have given you the money if you needed something. Like, bro, you're gonna give him $1 million? Come on now. Like, that's not gonna happen. So I mean, I wouldn't take any of that serious. Like, it is what it is.
But
right?
so Mia was again chosen.
Yeah.
And then Brandon wanted to go up there, but I was like, dude, you just quit your job. I don't know where your head is right now. You see $1 million up there, you have no job back home. That could help out for a long time.
Yeah.
And then Luke, you want to cry and come at me, but they got you in episode 1 saying you take $1 million right in front of Katie, and Katie turning around and saying, I don't trust you anymore, Luke. So
Brandon mentioned that too, but I don't remember that. I probably missed that. But yeah,
it happened, man.
And did you guys know that? Did you guys know that during the bribing situation? You knew that?
Oh yeah, I know everything. So there was no chance that either of those three were going up there.
Yeah.
So they were gonna have to choose me or John at that point.
Mm-hmm.
And I know Brandon said I didn't trust him. I already knew he was gonna take it. Then you shouldn't have selected me, dude. You shouldn't have chose me then at that point.
Yeah, Brandon said that like when he saw you interviewing with the cameras, and we'll talk about that too. Why didn't you go with John, or John just trusted you, or what happened there?
John just kind of gave me the fist pound. I was like, dude, you're up there. Go for it, man.
Yeah. So Brandon was mentioning that you guys were on camera, and he kind of got the hint that, dude, he's gonna take the bribe. When he saw you pay your interview taking a lot longer than others, what were they asking you in the interview or something?
So it's funny. It's funny. I heard him say that, right? Yeah. And that was so irrelevant to what the situation was. They kind of just loved that once they asked me a question, I just like to talk, man. Yeah, if you know me, you know I could talk forever. So there wasn't really that many questions. It was just me talking. And then, they were kind of just asking, hey,
follow-up questions.
What would your family at home think? What's your mindset? Who do you think is going to take the bribe? Probably the same exact questions everyone else had, but everyone else probably answered with one word.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, I'm answering with paragraphs, and that's just my personality.
Yeah. I wouldn't be surprised if maybe they interviewed you longer because they had an idea. Because did you watch the behind the scenes or no for episode?
I did. I saw that, and they thought it was going to be me anyway.
Yeah. They said all 5 of the guys, 4 of them look like they're definitely not going to take it. One guy looks like he's a little shaky. And I was like, oh, shoot. So they knew. So I wouldn't be surprised if they kind of interviewed you a little longer because of that. And they're like trying to dig. They want you to reveal something, right? Something. But yeah, okay. So you got chosen. It was basically you and John are real tight. And John's like, yeah, you're our guy. And everyone else, whatever they said didn't really matter. Mia was not going to be it. And so you get chosen. Brandon's doing that talk about, hey, you work a few blocks away from me, you better not do us dirty. It's gonna make you look bad in your career or something. Like, it's a game show. So you're going up there. What are your thoughts while you're going up there? Is this when you're thinking?
Before you get to that, I just want to address that one real quick too, because you know what, that's important for viewers and people in general to understand. What I do for a living and what happens in B City it's no way indicative of real life. And what I do for a living, I train recruits. I'm an academy instructor for New York State courts. I teach them the right way to do the job, how to do the job the right way. I teach them the laws, right? Yeah. So him saying that people are not going to trust you and this and that is irrelevant to how we do the job. We have a job to do in New York and around the country, and we do it the right way. Yeah. So I know he was trying to get in my head. I know he said that it wasn't going to work that way because my job I take very, very serious, and I would never let someone get in my head like that.
Yeah, also, I think it's unfair a little bit because, I mean, for cops and stuff, integrity is a big part of their job. And so you're kind of having that put on their job when in reality, this is a game, man. At the end of the day, it's a game. Everyone's competing for $5 million. It's serious. Yes, everyone's competing, but it shouldn't be personal. It shouldn't be personal, in my opinion. I know a lot of people get personal, especially in like season 1 or something, even some people in season 2. But in my opinion, dude, at the end of the day, we're here. We're here to play, compete for $5 million. We get an awesome opportunity. Whatever happens here stays here. Don't make it personal, kind of thing.
I absolutely agree, man.
So you're going up there. I want to know when are you starting to think more about the money? I assume it's when the money starts going, right?
No, it was when Mr. Beast took out that paper.
Yo,
he started reading. Yeah. Let me tell you something. My heart was racing, man. And you know
I
what?
can't imagine. I
He
can't imagine that.
I think he said something like, "Listen, your family back home, you got your girlfriend Tori back home, you know." And you know what? I want to give her a shout out too, because I left I left that house. We had just moved in together a few weeks prior.
Yeah.
So
Wow.
now I just leave her there. And she's holding on to the house, the bills. She's doing the cooking, the cleaning. She's doing everything with
Yeah.
uncertainty, right? Sleepless nights.
Yeah.
Doesn't know,
Alone. Alone. Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
he starts reading that, and it's like, yo, you know what? I have a responsibility here to my home, to my life, my family, my girl. Like this, I respect the players and everything's cool. But man, that one hit, and I think Mr. Beast knew what he was doing
Dude,
when he started reading.
Mr. Beast is so dirty. He knows how to play the game, man. He knows how to play the game. And yeah, for sure. Because I mean, what he was trying to do worked. He wanted to remind you that yeah, there is a life outside of this, and it kind of got you like yeah, snap back to reality, right? You're in Beast City. You have a chance to win $1 million into your real life. This has been an amazing experience, but it's only been 3 weeks, and this is not real life. It's gonna be over in another 3 weeks. It's done, finito. And then it's like this amount of money will be life changing forever, right? So at that point, when he said that, what was in your thoughts? You're like, is there a number you thought of, or what did you think? You kept asking Hannah, what was her number? Was that actually you kept asking her, or they just kept showing that? I
So
don't know.
I had a conversation with her too. I was trying to get in her mind to see where she was at,
Just
because
so you could press it before her. I figured.
if,
Yeah.
in my mind, I thought somebody else was gonna press it. I don't know
Mhm.
who. It could have
Yeah.
been anybody. Um, I knew that Jeff wasn't. I knew I had the other people, but I was like, yo, I have to beat people. And I said, people are gonna wait till it hits that million, because we already saw in season one it hit 1 million.
So you're gonna do like 990 or something.
So I was like, I gotta figure this out. So I started getting in Hannah's head, and I honestly, it wasn't working. She looked like she was a volt. She was locked down. I was like, oh man, I don't know. And I can't talk to Nick and Tyler on the other
They're
side.
too
So I'm
far.
like, now I'm stressed. I'm like, oh my goodness. And then boom, that counter started. I was like, oh god.
Yo, how was that feeling? That is crazy. So, so it's getting closer and closer to the $1 million. You're sweating, and then you just press a button.
I mean, you heard Jimmy. You will live and die and never be able to hit a button again for $1 million. I mean, I I don't get how people don't take that.
Honestly, it's because you're in the game. That's why. Because a lot of decisions that are stupid, to us outside of the game, they make total sense in the game. For me, if I was in that position, I made it very clear that I was either going to get to the end or get eliminated. I wasn't going to take the bribe, period. And looking back at it, I mean, that's stupid. I didn't take the 100K bribe when I could have easily too, because I was one of the first to finish the smart challenge. And it's just because you want to be in that experience. And also there's a big factor there where, people judge you on your trustworthiness and loyalty based on the bribery. Because if people know you're going to take a bribe, you'll be the first to get eliminated when push comes to shove. So you can't, even if you are going to take a bribe, you can't have people really know that. And so like for me, I probably wouldn't have taken it just because I'd be so amped up to be in the top 20. But I know that outside me, it'd be like, dude, are you stupid? Take the $1 million, man. Especially in your case, when you said you don't even know Brandon and Luke like that, you don't even like Mia. It's like, bro, who am I doing this for? Right?
Yeah, and you know what's funny? I respect all the captains. They're all good people. Hannah, Jeff, Nick, Tyler, great people. Nothing but respect, and I'll never talk bad about them. I just feel like that I was in a different situation than them.
They
They
all had teams they're loyal to.
they all had friends on those teams. They
Yeah.
all built relationships. Me and John kind of got screwed with our team, and I think that plays a big role into it too. And
Mhm.
I think people need to understand that aspect of that as well.
Yeah.
Because if it's my five closest people that I was on with the show for the
You
first,
probably weren't gonna do it.
I probably don't even go up there. I send somebody else,
Yeah.
knowing myself
You
that
don't want to be tempted. Yeah.
knowing that hey, listen, $1 million is a life changing amount of money here.
Yeah.
So
So, did you have any thoughts after pressing the button that, dude, that could have gotten a lot higher, or you just don't? Because me personally, I feel like I wouldn't think in that paradigm. Like, bro, I got $1 million. I don't care. I don't care if it could have gone to 3 or 5 million. That's $1 million more than I had when I got here.
A lot of people keep asking me that question. They're like, I think it was gonna go higher. I was like, you know what? I
I
don't
did.
care
Yeah.
because at the end of the day, if that would have started saying 1.4, 1.5, 1.8, you don't
Ooh,
know what would have happened in people's minds. And I
yeah,
wasn't waiting around to
that's
see.
true.
I wanted
Yeah,
my guaranteed mill, and
that's
I would
true.
be fine with that. You know, I'm not gonna get greedy out there at
Yeah,
that point.
yeah. Before you press the button, besides Hannah, was there anyone else did you think was gonna take it? I want to hear from you.
Honestly, nah. I was banking on Hannah. I got real close with Nick. Nick's my dude. I love Nick.
Yeah, so you knew where I was going. I was gonna ask about Nick because the thing is, like, his team, super loyal. They all think he would never have thought about pressing the button. Brandon thinks otherwise, but then also they also show on TV like him getting really close to the button. I'm like, where's that coming from? Was he actually about to press it, or was that like an edit? Like they just take a picture of you with your hand there and then move it or something. What happened there? What are your thoughts on that?
Listen, I'm not gonna talk about any editing or anything that happens on the show because they do what they do. In my heart,
Yeah,
I know
he
that
wasn't
Nick
gonna.
is not gonna hit that button
Okay.
because he has too much to lose, man. He
Hmm.
he has that wrestling career, and you don't want a negative image on you. Even though the villain in wrestling is kind of cool, also, but
Yeah, yeah.
right now, I knew in my heart that
Nick wasn't. Yeah,
Nick
Nick
and
was not
Jeff
gonna.
were not touching it.
Yeah.
Tyler, I don't really know.
I from what I learned about Tyler, he wasn't gonna take it either.
Yeah,
Hannah, I know pretty well, but Hannah's really quiet. I didn't really know, and she also early on said that $1 million would change her life or her dad or something. So I didn't know about Hannah, but hey, when you're in the game and you give your word, it meant it. Especially like when you're not in your case where you're eliminating people that you don't really know that well. Nick, I would be surprised if he did it because it would eliminate like his best friends, basically,
oh
right?
yeah, they were
And
close.
I don't think he would have done that. But then I just kept getting confused when I saw that scene. I'm like, bro, was he about to press it? Because before the episode aired, remember how there was a cliffhanger of who pressed the button?
Yeah,
Everyone thought it was Nick or Hannah because of how they edited the shot.
yeah. Yo,
No
listen,
one thought it was gonna be you.
they're good at what they do, man. They're
Yeah.
good at what they do. What I will say though is Hannah, in my opinion, and I told her this, was in the same boat I was in.
Uh-huh.
She had JC, Jim, and Monica. Those are three people
She's
that
not that close
a
to, yeah.
lot of people wanted out. Me personally, I didn't care. I love JC. I think
Yeah.
Jim and Monica are hilarious. But for her, if she would hit that button,
It wouldn't affect her.
I think America would have been like, "Yo, yes, you got JC out and Jim and Monica, the love couple." It would have been interesting.
I don't know. I feel like you're so far based on the reviews I'm seeing, dude. I think America loves Jim and Monica's thing going on right now. Um, and yeah, so I don't know. The evil villain in me, dude, this is ruthless though. Like if I was Nick, I'm pressing the button just because he
Ooh,
has the toughest team and he's gonna take the toughest competitors out of the game.
ooh, yo, you know what
It's
though?
ruthless. It's ruthless. I know, but here's the thing. Now you're coming down. You're looking around. It's like, bro, if I'm Nick, if I'm an athlete, I'm like, bro, I could take any of these guys on over here, right?
I get what you're saying, but knowing though that team,
They weren't gonna. Yeah,
yo, they're all such good people.
I
I
know. I
mean,
know.
little Jack is the man.
Dude,
You
he's
got
hilarious.
the
Yeah.
Beast, Tyler,
Mhm.
Katie. I mean, yo, they're all dogs. They're good people,
Yeah.
and Nick ain't gonna do them dirty. I
It
just
would have made great TV though. It would have made great TV.
oh, dude, he'd have taken that.
Oh, it would have made great TV. Here's the
Oh,
thing though. I want to know your reaction now after this. And actually, we'll talk about the moment itself when you pressed it because that was interesting too. But after actually no, we'll go talk about that first. So you press the button, but you weren't really owning the decision, dude. You pressed it and you're like kind of like not looking anyone in the eyes, you're like getting on a knee. Like, what was going on there, man? You're
but when I,
embarrassed. Obviously, I mean, I'm sure there was some shame, embarrassment there. I'm sure.
so
So what are your
so when
thoughts?
I hit that button originally, I took the knee. I turned to the left because I was actually smiling. Um, because it registered in my mind like, yo, dude, you just won $1 million. And then at the same moment, it was like, oh crap, I gotta turn back this way, and it's dead silent in this place.
Yo, that's so
And Jimmy
awkward. Oh my god.
and Jimmy screaming, he took it. And I'm like, oh my God, what just happened? You know, when something happens so fast, you're like, yo, I don't even know what to do. And what was running in my mind right before I hit the button is I'm going to do this, but I'm not going to say a word. I know I'm going to get backlash from the team. I know people might say some nasty things.
Yeah, because you understand their point of view. You're like,
Right.
I get it.
But
I got the
I'm
$1 million. You didn't. You're
Yep.
getting eliminated. I'm still in the game. They got every reason to be upset. But bro,
Correct.
it's a game, and I'm doing my thing. Like, I get that. Yeah.
So I was like, I'm not about to sit there and get into a back and forth. And I did compare it to real life on the job, right? If you're out there in the street and people are trying to antagonize you in your face, us as law enforcement officers, we're not about to go back and forth in a screaming match. And I say, you know what? I'm going to stay quiet and I'm not going to say nothing. So that was running in my mind. So when I took the knee, I turned to smile and laugh because I was so hyped. And then when I turned back, I was like, oh my goodness, what just happened?
It was gotta be so awkward, bro.
It was so dead in there. Everybody was just like,
yeah, it was such a cool shot of them just like looking over at who pressed it, and everyone's face like that. But yeah, so was it awkward coming down on that little lift thing and coming all the way down and anything?
I remember telling
or did like someone, hey, like Jeff just goes up to be like, dude, congrats, man, and just taps you on your back? Or what was it like going down?
Hannah was directly next to me. She was such a good person. I remember turning to her, I said, Hannah, you're gonna still be my friend when we go down there? Because at this point, I don't know how everybody's gonna react to me.
That's what I was gonna get on afterwards. Like,
You know?
I'm sure you had a target on your back after, but yeah, go ahead. You're going down.
Hannah was like, yeah, I'm gonna be your friend. You're good. In her mind, she was probably like, dude, you just sent me and my team to the top 20. I'm good.
Yeah,
and then when she said that, I started thinking in my mind, like, why would these people be upset at me? I just sent you to the top 20. Wait a minute.
That's a good way to frame it.
You know?
No, I mean, yeah, go ahead.
But that ride down was the longest ride of my life. You see in BTS when John says, this is so awkward. It's so like silent in here. And I'm like, wow, I gotta go face this one, huh?
There's a part they didn't show. They showed one scene of Klitz coming to you and telling you, dude, a lot of people are gonna hate on you. Just what was that discussion like? Because they kind of cut that conversation. I wanted to hear what Klitz said to you.
I'm not sure if I'm allowed to even say stuff like that.
Okay, okay,
maybe. Klitz was just super supportive.
Yeah.
Just letting me know I'm here for you if you need anything. Everything. The Beast Games team is just so.
They're all super, dude. They're so nice. Klitz are so
in that moment, I mean, you can see my eyes are kind of like watering up a little bit. It's like, dude, I don't know what to say or do. It was the most emotional feeling I've ever felt in my life. You want to be so hyped and happy, but at the same time, you feel like you did something wrong. Yeah. Like you said, you get in the game and you still like, you're mentally just like, wow, what is going on?
I can't even imagine the emotion because you just changed your life. Whether you realize it or not, you just changed your life. And at the same time, everyone's really upset at you, and you know that the whole negative vibe, like, oh, you took your team out. That's what everyone's gonna say, right? You took his team out, blah blah blah. And yeah, I gotta second that. The Beast team was so supportive on our drive home when everyone was bawling out, crying. Dude, they were trying so hard just to make them a little bit happier and be like, guys, you gotta had a great experience, and just console them any way they can. They were super nice, man. They really took care of us. But yeah, so my opinion, I would argue, is that even you could frame it that way, that guys, I just got you to the top 20. The other thing they could say is, bro, they're gonna eliminate you the second they can because you already got the $1 million, right? Like same with Ian. Now he won the island. Like obviously he's got a target on his back. They're gonna be like, you already got your money, dude. Come on, let other people play and win, right? So I mean that's what I was thinking. No one had any conversations like that with you?
No, that kind of stuff you're gonna probably have to wait and watch the show, especially.
The reason I ask is because the next episode, that same episode, they go to the island for like the week. They go to Fiji or something, and then you're not at Fiji. You're still in B City. So I wanted to know, how was everyone treating you during that week, and also how was the Fiji thing? Like, did you really want to go and you couldn't find the cannonball? Like, what happened there?
So it was interesting because the majority of the city were my boys and girls. Like we were cool. Like most of my alliance was in the city after
the 10 people or 15, whatever. 10 people, yeah.
Brett Corey and Air Force Tyler
Yeah.
were in the city with me. Those were my boys.
Yeah. So they're cool with you.
So like, and Jim and Monica were there. They do their own thing. So that's 2 people gone.
Yeah.
And you know what? And I had Jack. Jack is another character that I love. So it wasn't like they were gonna treat me like crap when we're really cool. As far as the Cannonball Challenge, I was very conflicting. It was very conflicting for me in that honestly, I did not want to go to the island. I had said like, listen, give someone else a chance. I just won $1 million. How's it gonna look? I go and win an island for 1.8 million. I mean, it would have been out of control. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
But
you definitely would have had a target then. Heck yeah.
Not realistically. I mean,
but I'd go for the trip. I'd try to go for the trip.
So it was weird. I started that challenge started, and I was looking. I was looking for cannonballs.
Competitor in
me played out. And then after like the 5th or 6th cannonball, I was kind of just like, I can't find them. All right, it is what it is. And then I was just kind of chilling, just roaming slowly. And then they said they're in the sand pit. And what do you think happened? The competitor came out. We're out. Let's go. We're digging. Yeah. And it didn't work out for me. Obviously, JC and I think Katie found those 2. But listen, if I would have found it, the only way that would have been interesting is if me and JC went to the tribal. JC versus JT. Who you know what I'm saying? Who you choose? So
that's interesting. Yeah, that'd be interesting. Who do you think would win, you or JC?
Ooh, I don't.
That's a good one actually. That's a good matchup.
I mean, that's tough. That would have been like probably the most talked about thing ever.
Yeah,
because we are in 2 completely different boats there, but at the same time, kind of similar. It was, I don't know.
So, you're in the city that week. How empty was it? How was the experience with T-Mobile? How was that while everyone was in Fiji?
T-Mobile was awesome. I mean, magenta status. I mean, you see that they show with massages, pickleball, volleyball, the sushi, the food. I mean, people are getting haircuts. I mean, we're playing pool. I had a blast. Honestly, it was a nice reset also. While they competed in Fiji, we got to kind of relax and get a little reset. I needed that more than anyone. I after that bribe challenge, I don't think I slept for a couple of days. So I was wide awake.
Bro, I don't know if I would either. Dude, I just won $1 million. Dang. And I don't even know how to process that. Like, how do you process that?
And I'm just staring at the towers all night, all morning. And it's like, wow, it just keeps replaying in your head.
Wow, that's such an amazing feeling. So now, we can fast forward now because that's basically where we are in the episodes. Let's talk about real life now, dude. How's it feel being a millionaire? You got the money wired. Do you feel any different? Did anything change? What do you plan on doing with the money? Like any specific plans?
So it's funny, right? Like people are like, yo, what are you gonna buy? Where are you gonna go? This and that. And for me, I'm such like a frugal person.
Yeah.
I'm just been that way forever. Yeah. Like even if you have it, I don't want to spend it. And I'm the furthest thing from materialistic. You won't see me walking around with any top products, top shoes, $1,000 outfits. It's just not me. I'll wear sweatpants and a tank top all day long. So the first thing you want to do is just pay off your debt, right? Any debt you do have, that's kind of the main goal. Yeah. And I kind of just been chilling right now,
just processing it. That's like the best thing. Yeah.
Still hasn't set in my mind yet, It still doesn't feel like anything, but I mean, between social media and Google, Reddit and everything, I mean, it's been out of control, but with tons of positivity, actually.
Yeah, dude. Like honestly, it felt cool when I got the $1,000 wired to me. I can't even imagine if it's $1 million. Like it would feel fake to me. I'm like, is this real? Yeah.
I mean, yeah, I was a little worried about what the internet was gonna say and how that was gonna react. And
I was gonna ask you about that because I've been in social media for like what 5 years now, and I got another YouTube channel like 80,000 subscribers and stuff. So like I'm so used to the negativity, it doesn't bother me. If anything, like dude, I lean into it because it gets me more views. Like if someone's saying something negative about me, I lean into it and just get the views because it doesn't affect me. You're like, honestly, you're nobody. I don't want to. It sounds bad to say, but that's truly what it is. Because who has the time to write something negative about a person they've never even met? Like I've never done that. I've never gone to a YouTube video or like Reddit and typed something negative about a person that I've never seen. Like, bro, the dude took $1 million. Hey, it's a game show. He's smart. He just won $1 million. Like,
Yeah.
why wouldn't you do that?
Yeah. I mean, thank God, and luckily for me, it's been very positive. I
That's
mean,
good.
you're going to always get the haters. You're
Yeah,
always going to get the people that are trolling and
yeah,
want to say negative stuff. And it's
yeah,
like you say, I'm able to just brush it off. Like
yeah,
people would message me, but yo, did you see this comment? This, how could they say that about you? I'm like, I didn't even see it, man. It
yeah.
doesn't bother me because at the end of the day, I am chilling right now.
Yeah, exactly. And at this point, I feel like for the YouTube channel, when I get negative comments, dude, honestly, I'm just so busy. I don't even read the comments most of the times, unless like I'll filter by my name or I'll filter by like questions to see if there's something interesting. At this point, if it's something positive, I like it. If it's negative, I don't even do anything to it, and it kind of dies down anyways. But
Yeah,
yeah, I mean,
absolutely.
um,
I don't know if you saw the poll I posted on Instagram.
yeah.
I
Yeah,
said,
the 97% would take. That's what I'm saying. In real life, the only justification is if you're actually in the game, you understand why you wouldn't press a button. But outside of the game, it makes zero sense. I can't make any case why you would not take the $1 million, especially for people you barely know. In season one, I think it was the second challenge they had. Why would you not take $1 million when you've been there for like a week? You don't know anyone. You don't know anyone, and it's the second challenge, dude. Like it makes no sense. I was surprised in season one that no one took the $1 million. It was shocking.
it's so funny because I remember vividly watching that episode,
Hmm.
and I was so mad. I was like, I'm confused. You know each other for a few days, and you're saving 60 people. You don't want 60 people gone for 1 million?
Yeah,
I'm sitting there, and I'm like, so I watched that, and I'm like, all right, this is interesting. And then these people are getting eliminated with no money, and I'm like, man, that's just not happening for me. I
yeah. And did you ever think that when you saw that episode, you would be standing on that stand, bro? How wild is
That
that?
that's the crazy one. I go back and forth in my mind about only 9 people in the world have ever been up on those towers. And when you watch the season one, you'd be like, yeah, that would probably be sick, huh? Imagine that.
Yeah.
And the next thing you know, you're standing up there and the whole world is watching, like, oh man.
But I would assume that similar you were right on. I think a lot of people probably had your mindset because we now watch season one and we're like, why did those people not take the $1 million? So like when you're on those towers, I'm sure everyone's like, bro, if I'm on that tower, I'm definitely taking the $1 million. So that's why you got to plan ahead. Like if they're gonna take the million, should I take 990? Like that's true.
I think if they bring this challenge back in any video or seasons to come, if that's what they plan to do, it's gonna get real interesting.
People are gonna take it lower now or something.
I don't think you're gonna see people wait as long anymore because I think we just opened up the floodgates here. It's okay. It's okay to live real life out here.
Yeah, yeah, no, I totally agree. Well, JD, dude, I can't even believe it. We've been talking for like over an hour. That's crazy. That's crazy. Um, Thanks for coming on, man. I had a blast talking with you and just catching up. And yeah, it's gonna be interesting to see everyone's thoughts on this. Um, I totally get it. I think most people get it now. Once the games are over, and enjoy the money, dude. Enjoy the million. Have a great life. Don't forget about us. All right. And yeah.
Never forget about you guys. The people I met on these games, bro, from the team, the production staff, the team, to all 200 contestants, there everybody was awesome. Everybody was amazing. Truly a blessing to meet everybody, be a part of this. And I want to thank everybody for the support as well, because it's been overwhelming and it's been really nice, honestly.
All right, JT.